This is Vaygrim's chance. Welcome to Life in the Buffer.
Yes.
Button done.
Okay. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Vaygrim's Chance Season 4, Life in the Buffer. We actually have a nice little magic area set up by Mr. Saffron. Who put in the elevators in? Was that you, Shadowstar?
Yep.
Woo!
It
We have
was
a lower
I.
level now. Yeah. So, okay. This is our lower tier where we can do flammable things and not have to worry about setting the grass on fire. What are you doing?
Yep,
Did
it's
you jump
lava.
in the lava?
It is authentic
It is
lava.
It is nice knowing you, Shadowstar. Pick that up.
Working on it. It doesn't want to let me pick it up.
That's because
That's
the tank is full. There's nowhere to put it. Yes, what we have to do is we have to do this.
Yeah, I had to give me some blocks. I didn't have any blocks on me.
Excuses. I'm going to go out
I
here.
was trying to put them out. I was being good.
There is, under here, an AA fluid placer. Something I forgot about until I was searching for the word fluid. And it has just got it. The only thing it does is it puts a liquid block for whatever you're pumping into it in the space adjacent to it. That's it. There's no fancy power, no redstone signals. Well, you can give it a redstone signal to turn it off if you want to. But otherwise, it's not very high tech. It's really simple. So that thing is feeding from the pump we put in last episode in the nether.
Must be a strong
And
wind.
this is an auto-replenishing pool of lava. You can even right-click down here and see the fluid placer through the lava. So yeah. Which means now, if we put thermal lilies on these patches of dirt out here, they will eat the lava, and a new block will come in, and then there's a cooldown period for each flower. They don't constantly eat, so they'll probably be alternating, so to speak. But yeah, and then Mr. Saffron put a mana spreader over here to get the mana, hit it into a pool, and then that one will pick it up and fire it straight up into the pool above that you guys saw. That's what that hole in the floor is. It goes right to this pool. And we will have an automated source for some lava. Now, we still need one key component to this entire equation.
Thermal lilies?
Yeah, we need the thermal lilies. So we have to make those. Let's see. We need an earth and a fire rune. Mr. Shadowstar, have a look at that book. I think it's on the right page. I can't remember.
Welcome to Britannia.
It is not. Crap. Okay. Under the main page, under generating flowers, once you get to the main menu. Yeah, there you go.
That's the wrong button.
Yeah, that's the wrong button. Back is all the way at the bottom, I think, but you probably have to click through a couple of buttons. Oh, awesome. There's already some living rock in here. Yay. Got
There we go.
a few of these. I think we're going to need, let's see, orange. I need one of those.
2 mystical orange.
Yeah, and one flower, I think, if I remember right,
Mystical red.
gives 2 petals. Yep, I do have that right. So we're going to have a spare red.
Nether brick, gunpowder, nether wort.
There are some things in there that are called, there's a rune of earth and a rune of fire, I believe.
Yes,
You can
rune of
shift-
fire needs the mana steel ingot, mana dust,
Uh-huh.
nether brick,
Awesome.
gunpowder, and nether wort.
Awesome. Awesome. Mr. Saffron's got me loaded up right here. We come over to this thing, and it's basically just an issue of right-clicking the ingredients in. And they go floating in the air, all majestic-like. This is when the theme to 2001: A Space Odyssey always comes to my head. Da-na-na-na-na, deet, 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 deet. Never mind. And there was a kaboom. Now, if you look at this thing, you should see a pattern, and then there's a little arrow with an X over it, and a symbol to the right that's filling up. Now, if you check the crate, there's going to be some living stone, and I think you just right-click with that. Yeah, right-click the stone. Is it? Yeah, there you go. It goes in the middle. And now you just right-click it with the wand, and you get two for the price of one.
Fly away.
Yep, they're a little weird. I'm actually going to put these down here for the time being. So now we need to do the same thing for fire. No, wait a minute. That was fire. Yep, that was fire. We need to do the same thing for earth. So what does earth require?
Mushroom,
Right.
block of coal, and a stone.
And
And mana steel and mana dust.
right. Okay. So I'm going to do mana steel ingot, mana dust, and at any given point in time, you can look at this block and you can see what's in it. If you're not looking up at what's floating through the air. And then when I right-click this on, there we go. That's going to fill up. I'm actually going to put those back. Technically, we used one of those. But, there you go. We'll get these.
Loud.
Yeah, it is very loud. But now we have one of these and one of these. And this does not go. Do we have seeds in here? Were you on the ball enough? You were on the ball enough to get seeds. How dare I doubt you. This is going to be over here in the Petal Apothecary. We're tossing stuff in. Whoop, don't hurt yourself. And you should be able to actually see stuff loading around. And there's an equation has popped up. Basically, all the stuff on the left equals thermalily. All I need to do is toss the seed in there. And
I seem to have got it.
It's not filling up, by the way.
Should be. Yeah, I
So,
know it works.
Mr. Shadowstar,
Yes, sir.
follow me.
Yes.
Right over here. There we go. I'm not sure what the range is on thermal lilies. I don't know if it's going to be too far or what. We might only be able to do 4. Yeah, put it inside in the corners. Yep, okay. So basically they only search one block in any direction, which means these stone blocks we're standing on, we're going to have to replace those. There's a way to make what's called a floating flower. It looks like a kind of a little, oh gosh, almost like a bonsai tree kind of display, a little patch of dirt with grass growing on it, and a single lone little tree, or in this case, flower growing out of it. We can make those. We're just not up to that step yet. We have to make some pasture seeds first. But this is generating mana now. It's coming here. It's getting shot straight up there, and it is going into that pool. So now we have some automated mana that we don't have to worry about. Hands-free, as it were.
Okay, the mechanical users have changed since last time, or since I put this together, just the last recording. They're just not working.
Mechanical user. Activate block with item, right-click. Upper left slot only. Always on. Yeah, I have this problem with the one that's under the sifter. The one that's under the sifter, you put food into it and it should use the food on the sifter and make it speed up. But for some reason, it just kind of stopped working. But that's fine. We have a bucket on the side where we are perfect. But we do actually have...
I think you use a dispenser too. I think that's something Britannia added. I'll check in a little while.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's fine. But, I mean, the big thing is now we actually have automated day or night. Mana generation. It's one flower, but we can go upstairs.
Okay, is this one actually sending out its
Let's
like
see.
it's supposed to?
Do one of those. Do two of those. We're going to get the last rune of fire and the last rune of earth. And seeds.
All right, this pool emptied, so therefore that means that the one on top, the mana spreader on top of it is working. Yay!
What did I do wrong?
You need 2 orange and 1 red.
Okay. Hang on a sec. I'm going to put that back. That back. Oh.
There's your book as well, sir.
Thank you. We need to make you one of these things. Which means now I do that, that, and that equals a thermal lily. Yay! Ugh. Okay. Okay. We'll go up here. Right click to put that down. It uses a block of lava, and you can tell the cooldown on these things. It's probably good we're making these one by one so that we don't get so it offsets a little easier. But yeah, we actually have some automated mana. I do like thermal lilies, but I would like to get into stuff like the kekamaris and whatnot, the cake eating flower, later. We have to use the grass clippings for pester seeds, I believe.
Yes.
Let's wind up the endo flames. I think I could probably put 2 more. Get a lot of blocks. There we go. Awesome. Kaboom!
16 pasture seeds in there.
So I do believe the next step that Mr. Saffron is working on is making us some necessary materials so that we could make some floating flowers.
I also got a red orchid seed.
That's not what I was doing, but that's what I can do. I was making some more runes in case we wanted more thermal lilies.
Well, you have pasture seeds in here now, right? That means we can actually make floating flowers if we wanted to.
I think Shadowstar made those, huh?
Yeah.
Did you make
Potato,
those?
tomato.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Which they are actually not in the Lexica Botanica. I had to look them up in JEI.
Yeah. Okay, that is working awesome. I'm very happy with the setup. It's very nice. Even if it's slow mana gen, having any automatic mana gen that you can walk away from and just let it go while you do other tasks is very useful.
Do you need to hit those with overgrowth seeds so they don't disappear, or is that not a concern with these ones?
These technically are not 100% passive because they consume lava. The only reason that hydrangeas still exist, they are considered passive mana gen, but the only reason that they exist is because they consume water. That is using a fuel. However, if you set up water right, you can have an infinitely replenishing water source. So that's the breaking point. Since you can't do that with lava, these do not require overgrowth seeds to actually get rid of. Now, that being said, we could use overgrowth seeds on those things to boost them, and that's probably not a bad idea. Let me go make some. That would give us a little bit more bang for our buck. And we need all the bang we can get. Where did I put this? Golly. 6 pages of stuff. Great googly moogly, Vasky. Your mod is awesome. Quit adding things, please. Okay, I'm just going to search. Over G. I'm going to start with 4. I'm going to totally cheat and teleport over here. Oh, grass, yay. We do that.
It actually changes the grass block.
Changes a little bit, yeah. And I think we can do this and do this. So these are ready to receive. Now, the only thing I don't think we can do, I don't know if there's a way to use an overgrowth seed on a floating flower. Not sure. Maybe if once we make one, we can test it and right click. But okay. It's a meager beginning, but it is a beginning I'm happy with.
What is the difference between the different pasture seeds?
Different kinds of grass, I think. What kind of grass you want.
Is that the only difference? Just the look, basically?
Yeah, dry pasture.
And do you want to know the process of making the floating flowers?
I know it. I would like you to explain it to Mr. Shadowstar.
All right, well, the first thing you have to do is you have to take 2 pieces of glowstone and put them together with a just any of the mystical flowers. And you can do that in your
glimmering flower.
That makes the glimmering version. And then if you look in the crafting station, I have 2 set up there. If you add a pasture seed and a piece of dirt to it, it becomes a floating version of the flower.
Now,
okay.
These are basically floating flower versions of torches.
Yes.
They actually are light sources, which is very cool. And I think they're very pretty. I think they're a lot prettier than having a whole bunch of wooden sticks that are on fire sticking up out of your floor. I'd much rather have those things serenely floating about the place.
But then what you do is you go grab one of the thermal lily. I stole one.
Oh, he's coming back upstairs, Shadowstar.
I know, I'm hopping over somewhere else real quick. I'll be right back.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, he's back. Witchcraft. Okay.
And then all you have to do is take a functional or generating or whatever flower and put it together with a floating flower, and you get the floating version of it.
So you can't make like a straight to the thermal lily. You have to use the floating flower version. Okay.
It's like what's the botanical term when you not splicing, that's not right. There's a term where you get a shaving, kind of like a clipping of one flower, and you strap it on to another one. Grafting. That's the word. It's kind of like a version of grafting where you do that. Yeah, you see? So that blocks fluid.
Yep, it doesn't get washed away. Like if I was to do that over at the Endo Flames, they would all get washed away, like Minecraft flowers do.
So now I'm going to pick up this one Endo Flame. Now he can actually replace one of these blocks of stone. I'm going to make another one right here. A second floating thermal lily.
You want to break the block so I can place the flower down quickly?
Ta-da, it even worked. Do me a favor, break this one real quick. There you go. Now we can actually get a higher concentration. We don't even have to make floating flowers here. We can put the normal ones.
Yeah, just use the floating flowers to block the lava and the other ones to...
But we make 2 more right here. That means we can get 8 all the way around this thing, and we would get maximum mana production, which is very cool. Angel block?
They don't automatically go into your hotbar anymore. Just seeing if we could place one over top of the lava. A floating one.
It only checks laterally, side to side.
Ah, it doesn't check up and down.
No. They check
Isn't that
on the same... Huh?
Sorry.
Yeah, they check on the same height level. So if I do shift, I think right click to open up to the thermal lily with the book. Yep, as expected, the flower will absorb lava around it in the same height as it to create mana. Specifically says so. By the way, if you're not used to this book real quick, grab that book, look at the thermal lily, and you hold down Shift and right click, and it'll open straight to it.
Yep.
It's a wonderful thing. It's great to just go around to somebody else's setup and just read. Just open up, what's that? And you can open up right to it. It is one of the greatest additions to any mod. I absolutely love not only the amazing in-game book, but being able to just squat, right click, and I go straight to the page. It's just epic. I really do love it. What are you tuning?
I'm checking to make sure that it's actually going, because it goes
Oh.
and then it doesn't.
Do we want to get hang on a sec. Do you want to get the bottom one and put it on top of this and aim it down at the pool to make sure it's in range of everything?
Oh, I need to check the lilies. Yeah, these two lilies are both connected to that mana spreader.
Okay, no, I don't have to worry about it then.
The thing I was checking is, is this one actually going up like it's supposed to?
Well, the pool's empty, so it has to be.
Yeah, the pool's empty now.
It was
And
just weird.
I think that since these are starter mana spreaders, they're slower, right? We can upgrade them later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can, once we get the portal, we can upgrade them. We can also put some lenses on them if we needed to.
Yeah. Okay. Very neat.
Did you know that you, whenever you search in JEI, you can actually search, it acts like a keyword search instead of doing everything in order?
What do you mean?
Like, I can type in at
They made one.
Britannia and then space and lens and only get lenses that are in Britannia.
Yes, actually, I just recently discovered that it worked that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually until like I think 2 weeks ago, I didn't know that was a thing. I thought it was the way the old NEI used to work. But yeah, it's very cool. I actually do like the new search in JEI. It just takes a little getting used to. So I think it's very neat. Okay, so yeah, that is a quick 20 something minutes on thermal lilies and floating flowers, and basically us getting started in some of this Britannia stuff. So let's get a couple of these and toss them out. There is a flower that we can make later, a shadow star called the Gormarillus, which generates mana based upon food that it consumes, right? You just throw it onto the ground and it eats the food. And the amount of mana that it generates is based upon how filling that food is.
Okay.
So if we do something like, let's say, just for example, if we automated Epic Bacon and we just threw an Epic Bacon at the Gormarillus, it would make a huge swat of mana over a short period of time, because that is such a filling food. And we could do something high end, because we actually do have PAMs, and we have cooking with blockheads. So,
Yes.
yeah, we have combinations there we could get into. That is the thing. But this setup is great for us for starters.
What do we have the most of?
Yep, and the thermal lilies will do all of that nice and, automated, so we can still give it a boost with the endo flames at the moment.
See what I'm going to do.
Where's our dirt?
Turn my magnet on briefly. Grab all this stuff. I was breaking stuff earlier, and yes, I did put my
Where's the pasture?
atomic deconstructor on slow. Because if you leave it on fast, it'll just tear through the entire planet. There we go. Cool, cool. And... oh, there we go. Yeah. There's 8. And there's 8.
One of the things that I was quite happy that Vasky changed was the whole the mana petals and the mystical petals.
Yes, having the two different kinds. I was never a fan of keeping that much of an inventory stock, you know, because then you had some flowers, some petals, some mana petals. It was just kind of weird.
But yeah, and it was also hard to tell the difference between the two just by looking at them, and that was
Yes.
with somebody with color vision.
That was 100% tooltip territory for me. There we go. So now we got 4 of these things. Way to go, Shadow Star.
Nice.
Testing my knowledge.
Yeah.
Yep, this mana spreader can't handle it. Neither can
What
this.
It's
You can
filling
tell
up too
be-
quick.
See, right click the 2 mana spreaders, Shadow Star, and you'll see that it's or with the wand I gave you.
Yeah, there you go. I accidentally have my magnet left on from upstairs.
Okay. And you'll see that they're full green, meaning that they're full and they're not getting rid of their mana fast enough. Which
You
means I
can-
need to add some lenses.
You can right click on these, the mana spreaders themselves.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just watching the mana pool fill up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
and
means
see-
it means we're making a lot of power though. That's good.
Yes. So what we need to do is make mana lenses, change them into velocity. Basically, we want a velocity one and a potency one, and then we can put those together, and they will become velocity and potency. And then we can put one on each of these, and that will speed it up and increase the amount of mana that's actually sent with each mana pulse. Potency increases the amount of mana that's sent with each pulse, and velocity increases the speed at which it sends the pulses.
Right. So we make blank or basically just normal mana lenses, and then we upgrade them.
With
Like
rings.
a mana lens with a rune of air becomes a velocity lens.
Yep.
And then a mana lens with a rune of fire becomes a potency lens. What is it? You get these things and stick them together with a piece of a slime ball or something like that?
Yep. Then you just put
I-
a slime ball and those two together, and boom, you're done.
I always thought that was really funny. That was very humorous. It's just so simple, you know? It's great.
Here's a little bit of
Slime is the-
bubble gum. There
Yeah.
you go.
Slime's the glue of Minecraft.
Basically, yeah. Somebody could be bold enough to get it from horses if you killed them, but that's another argument.
No, that's horses in a smelter gives you glue.
That would be awesome.
So this pool up here should be doing pretty good, and once we get the velocity and potency lenses on there, it'll go a lot faster. It'll go even faster once we can turn them into elven mana spreaders, which use the special wood from the portal.
Yeah.
Which once we have decent mana going, I mean, sparks will be easy to make, so we should be able to do the portal to Elpon rather quickly. Just need
Yeah.
enough mana to get it started, because in this one you do not have to have mana to make it continue. It only costs mana per craft.
I'm going to do something horrible that's going to bug Sappy.
I'm walking away.
I don't have the cobblestone that you put there, so I'm just filling it with something.
It's
Yeah. So yeah, that's going to be a nice compact system. If we wanted to, we could kind of layer those somehow. We could do blocks, so to speak.
Thank you, Shadowstar.
I actually haven't made it. I haven't made a chisel yet, so
I found them in the system. I was looking for them earlier. I couldn't find them, but I just did.
yeah. So this is our nice, neat little. We're going to get 4 more flowers at the corners here, and that will overwhelm these poor mana spreaders even more.
Yep, but that's
And
okay.
It will be awesome. We'll do that in between episodes. I think.
And it
we're at a
hurts.
good s- Yeah, it does hurt. I think we're at a good stopping point.
One other thing I might do real quick to speed it up even more is put another pool on top of this, then another spreader, then another pool, then another spreader, so that way the spreaders are as close to the pools as possible.
Yes.
And then that will also give us a bigger battery going up.
Yeah. And we could, what, later put sparks on all those?
Yep.
Cool. You want to go ahead and do that real quick before we call things quits?
What? Do what?
Or do you want to
Oh.
wait
What
until
you just
between
said.
this episode next?
Oh no, we can do this between episodes.
Okay, we'll
I
do it
was
off
just
camera.
saying what we could do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to say it out loud so I remembered it because I'll forget.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you very much for the crash course on some things, Mr. Saffron. And we're going to start getting all of us involved in Britannia and parts of Roots. Next episode, maybe I might dive into Roots and start making us some equipment because there's some nice weapons there. We don't have a regular need for weapons, but I mean, it's always good to have weapons and armor, especially to go back to the Nether for any prolonged period.
There's
Or
some neat
decide to
spells,
raid
too.
another island.
Yeah, there are more stones. What do you say, Shadowstar?
We could always raid another island.
That idea has been pitched, and I have not completely discounted it yet.
But what I'd said is that there's also some spells that you can put into staffs and stuff.
Yes, there
And
are.
some of them are tool based. So
Yeah, there are digging spells, and if I remember right, there are some. There's like earth spike or dirt spike. I think it is that makes a solid line of kind of like almost like a stalactite. No, stalagmite. Those are the ones that go up. Stalagmite coming up out of the ground, but it's just made out of dirt blocks. So on a sky block, we could actually use that to make more dirt pretty easily.
What about
Just
the mud wand from Britannia that makes the dirt blocks?
yeah, that's the Rod of the Lands.
Oh, is that
Dirt on
thing?
a stick.
Dirt?
Yeah, it's basically dirt on a stick.
Oh. Mystical items. Rod of the Depths.
That makes
Land.
water
Rod of the
blocks.
Lands. Utilizing mana from the user's inventory, it can materialize and place a dirt block down. What? Okay, yeah, I think we need to make some of these. These are awesome looking.
Those
Oh,
are
yeah,
excellent for sky blocks too.
You're 100% right, Shadowstar. It's dirt on a stick.
And another cool thing is
Yes.
whenever you make there's the Rod of the Shifting Sands, which allows you to it's basically a swapping wand, but if you have the Rod of the Lands in your inventory, you can have unlimited dirt to swap with.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
So it's kind of
Ye-
cool.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Saffron, do you want to wrap us up and take us out?
Sure. As per usual, check the description, click the links, and hit subscribe to every single one down there.
Yeah.
And then, go watch videos,
Mhm.
et cetera, et cetera. And, but for now, thanks in advance for the thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. I've been Saf.
I've been Vaygrim.
I've been Vaygrim too. Oh wait. Shadowstar. Bye bye.
And you've been,
Punked.
menace breaded.
Wow, that sounds weird.
That sounds really bad.
That sounds like a really painful act with
it
a butter
sounds
knife.
bad. Yes, it does.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.